Introduction to Article 2. Science education aims to stimulate and excite our curiosity about phenomena and events in the world. It also satisfies this curiosity with knowledge. Dealing evaluating explanations through experimental evidence and links direct practical experience. Through science, we understand how major scientific ideas contribute to technological change, impacting on industry, business, medicine, and improving quality of life. Through this, we recognize the cultural significance of science and its effects in our own lives. In the Philippines, we are facing various difficulties dealing with the science education system. Research assessed that there is a big influence between the relationship of science teachers and the students in the teaching and learning process. Teachers are challenged to deliver lessons in a much easier way for the students to understand the complex idea of a wide range scope of science that it will not look and sound difficult and irrelevant in real life situations. Moreover, the performance of a student varies depending on how he understands the concept of the subject during the discussion. But there are constraints facing science education in the Philippines, and this video is our group discussion about this.
So,
So, Article 2 is about science education in the Philippines, challenges and prospect. Number one question, what are the realities between science teachers and students? Let's not deny the fact that it's hard to learn without someone who will teach us, give us instruction, inspire us, and strive to do well. Even today that online class occurs, it's a bit hard for us to study well and cope up while facing laptops and cell phones instead of having our real teachers in front of us. Teaching preparation of public school teachers in science is one factor in learning. Ayon nga sa Lorea et al. 2011 that the learning styles used by the students and strategies employed by the teachers have a great impact on the students' academic performance. So from that statement po, I agree that teachers are the one who educate and nurture us students. Their strategies in teaching are the reason why we easily understand the topic, given the fact that science is a very hard subject to teach. Shortage of qualified science teacher is a very serious matter because it can cause lack of sufficient and can threaten students' ability to learn. So next po.
Next,
Yes.
okay. It's not always obvious that science shapes our daily life, but the fact is science impacts countless decisions we make each day. Managing our health and well-being, answering a child why we exist, answering them why is blue, using paper over plastic at the grocery stores. Science has an important role in our lives. We didn't notice that not other subject teachers are facing various problems regarding the knowledge that they wanted to share to the students, but also science teachers faces some challenges too. But in any case, look at them, simultaneously fighting against those problems. Students and effective teachers were the example in students to continue and grow to be informed decision makers in society. And besides, we really need science teachers in our lives because students that are interested in science is directly linked to the quality of teaching as well as learning interaction provided by the science teacher. And
the realities between science teacher and the student, they are both dependent on the quality of science education. They are they are both affected on the quality of science education in the Philippines. And if we have high quality of science education, then the science teacher will know how to develop the skills of their student by engaging their student in the task. It enables them to inquire and solve problem, and it also give it also have the possibility that they can build their own solution. The reality is teaching preparation of science teachers is also the factors in the learning of their students.
The teachers and students are have a different knowledge in science. The teacher is have more information and capable also to teach the student or share their own knowledge about not only to science but also in life. More importantly to say, teachers give information to students and the students will absorb all the information that comes from the teachers. For me, the teachers also a good model or a good role model or example for a student because teachers used to be student before and they know the feeling being a student. A teacher has a significant role in student life. The teacher will also help students to have an academic skills and improve their full potential.
So after the discussion regarding the relationship between science teachers and the students, let us now proceed with the challenges faced by science education in the Philippines. And these challenges are the following. Challenge 1, we have shortage of qualified science teachers. Anyone who would like to share their ideas and informations regarding this challenge?
Dito po sa Pilipinas, maraming mga plano na ginagawa para mapaunlad po ang ating bansa. Pero meron din challenge na kinakaharap ang Pilipinas. Isa po sa dahilan kung bakit nangyayari ang shortage of qualified science teachers in the Philippines ay dahil sa mas pinipili po ng mga Filipino science teachers na magtrabaho sa ibang bansa kasi mas malaki ang opportunity sa ibang bansa. Challenge number 1, shortage of qualified science teachers. So in secondary education po, they are required to have major and minor subjects. Kumbaga, yung specializations po, kaya ang nangyayari yung number of students majoring in science education is small. The project naman po na Rescue Initiatives in Science Education or RISE noong 1999 to 2003 is hindi siya natuloy dahil sa lack of funds and yung quality of training was not sustainable. Instead of specializing in science education, many science teachers tend to specialize in administration and supervision or research and evaluation. So, bali po, karamihan ng classroom teachers na po-promote as a school administration na halos same salary range sa mga halos teachers na nakapasa sa masteral. Many science teachers seek better opportunities in other countries since in demand sa ibang bansa.
Po, kagaya rin po ng related din po sa challenge number 1. Dito sa challenge number 2, sinasabi dito na isa sa mga challenge ng Philippines in terms of science education is yung lack of qualified teachers. So, ang tendency, kaya nagkakaroon ng lack of qualified teachers is because yung merong mga teachers na nagtuturo sa elementary or sa junior high school na hindi naman sila nagtapos ng science major. So, ang nangyayari, nagtuturo sila pero hindi talaga nila masyadong na-elaborate yung mga terms o yung mga concepts na meron doon sa science yun. And also, dito rin, kaya nagkakaroon ng another reason kung bakit doon yun na, yung lack of qualified teachers. At neto, ang back nito sa mga estudyante is low performance.
yung sa science education include the availability of appropriate classroom resources and textbook. So, yun nga yung mga kakulangan sa lab, and I think the most challenges there is the lack of support for scientific culture reflected in the deficiencies regarding the school curriculum. So, yung providing competent science education, facilitate students to be curious at young age, yung mga student na curious na about dun sa tinuturo ng mga teachers na hindi nila nabibigay ng maayos kasi more on formulas lang sila, more on turo-turo lang, hindi na nape-present ng maayos. So, and it seems that learnings who have LD were not giving learning opportunities which allow them to participate in the teaching and learning process. So may mga kasi mga bata na hindi rin makasabay doon sa tinuturo ng teachers, like yung may mga disabilities and yung challenges na hindi na napopokus sa kanila. Hindi pinopokus sa kanila ng maayos yung challenge na about science, ganun. Yun lang.
Okay.
Or is, yung challenge po na kinakaharap ng Pilipinas is lack of quality textbooks. It is one of the challenges that science education face in the Philippines. Controversies about errors and inaccuracies in many textbooks, specifically in science books, created a lot of noise a few years ago. Yung textbooks is yung only reference materials na ginagamit ng students and ng teachers. Yung mga errors na nakapaloob or nakasulat doon is mag-lead sa kanila ng misinterpretation and misunderstanding about sa science concepts. And eventually magko-contribute yun para magkaroon sila ng difficulty para maintindihan yung science. Also, sabi rin po dun sa PDF na nabasa ko, unlike daw po before, yung textbook chapters and activities nag-undergo daw po ng trials. And nare-revise po based daw po sa feedback ng mga end users ng textbooks. But in today's time po, at present time, the textbooks do not undergo trial, and that resulted in errors not being detected. And one of the timely examples of this challenge po is yung recently released modules ngayong school year, which is 2020-2021, wherein nasa flexible learning system po tayo, at alam po nating lahat na yung mga modules is nirush lang po siya pag-create, at nirush lang po siya in a short period of time lang po siya ginawa, at ni-release po siya at dinidistribute sa schools ng bansa natin, and hindi yun na-undergo ng trials, at yung ang daming errors na nakapaloob doon. Marami po tayo nakita sa social media na nagpo-post ng mga errors na nakita nila. Specifically ng mga students pa talaga yung mga nakakita or nakapag-detect ng errors na katulad ng mga grammatical errors, typos, or misspellings. And addition po, sabi nga po, instead daw po na in-explain ng yung science concepts ng mga teachers, ang ginagawa po nila is they just tend to mimic what is just written in the textbook with a strong strategy. Dapat ang ginagawa daw po ng mga teachers is yung science concepts or lessons is dapat na tinuturo nila kung sa estudyante kung paano ma-apply, and ano connect nun sa challenge na 5. It is the science curriculum puts emphasis on breadth rather than depth. Science subjects like chemistry and physics are taught with a sense of abstraction and a mathematical emphasis, so that many students see them as unnecessarily irrelevant and difficult. This situation contradicts the needs of the large percentage of Filipino students who drop out of school in different grade year or levels.
So sa challenge 6, we have the performance of students in science test or examination as the challenge of science education in the Philippines. So bakit siya nagiging challenge? Kasi ang mga science teachers natin, mga science heads natin, challenge sa kanila kung paano yung naging influence ng science teacher na yun. Kaya naintindihan ng student yung lesson, naintindihan ng student yung concept. So, ito yung naging performance niya dun sa exam or sa test. However, paano naman kung mababa or hindi ganun kaganda yung performance ng student sa science test or examination? So, syempre, magre-reflect nun hindi maganda yung performance hindi maganda yung performance or yung deliberation ng deliberation ng lesson ng teacher dun sa student. Kasi hindi naintindihan ng student kung ano yung lesson all along. So, nagiging challenge siya kasi na-challenge din yung teachers natin kung paano ipapaintindi sa students yung concept ng science, yung lessons ng science, ganyan. And also, nagiging challenge din siya sa atin as students kasi nape-pressure tayo na intindihin yung lesson kasi kailangan nating mag-perform well. We have to perform well dun sa mga examinations na yun kasi kahit anong mangyari sa atin din naman yun, score pa rin naman natin yun. So, tayo pa din naman yung makikinabang or tayo pa din naman yung maaapektuhan ng performance na yun. Hindi lang naman sa teachers, hindi lang naman yung school or yung buong Pilipinas. Pero ayun nga, yung performance kasi natin as a student, nagkakaroon yun ng effect sa teachers, sa school, and also sa buong Pilipinas.
Good day to each and everyone. The assigned question that was given to our group was, cite the significant key points pertaining to BED curriculum with emphasis on science subjects. So our group decided to come up with one answer to the question given to us. So, BED is a course that focuses on teaching the subject science and health for elementary students. This program prepares the students for successful careers as teachers of children in preschool, elementary, primary, and elementary intermediate classroom settings. It also aims to produce competent and effective teachers in the elementary school. The program integrates theory and practice in order to provide the students not only with the necessary pedagogical skills but also with the adequate and updated knowledge in the various disciplines. For many teachers, translating science is difficult for science education students. Need to make integration of science content knowledge more efficient. The course needs lecture and laboratory student majoring in any science course should enroll at least one science education course. A student can take more than of one science courses he or she desires. It means that students go through all or selected topics and skills to learn and acquired by secondary school. And according to the science education courses and BED and BSED article, it is difficult for many teachers to implement science material that is suitable for elementary or secondary schools. To make the integration of science content and pedagogical content knowledge more effective, this article advances the implementation of science education courses for all science education students. Students majoring in any of the fields of science should enroll in at least one course in science education. The BED curriculum's emphasis on the field of science, in our opinion, it is adequate for those taking a science course to have more information on that as well. It is their benefits as a student who, if he or she chooses, can take more than one of the science education courses to give them ample of what they are going to teach their students someday. So that's all for our group. Thank you.